should do. Can everybody see?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. I don't know whether I should be serious or funny about all this now. But I'm going to choose to be serious. The speech I will present today is from the Leadership Excellence series, and each presentation in this series covers skills needed to be a successful leader inside and outside Toastmasters. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about vision, and I talked about it from a very broad perspective. I talked about great visionary leaders that we all know. I quoted Gandhi, Mandela, Martin Luther King. Today I'm going to go into something a lot more specific. We're going to talk about the leadership in Toastmasters. What is vision? Vision is the ability to perceive the many possibilities that are available to an organization and to create a picture of where that organization will be in the future. A vision sets a clear, focused, desirable direction that will take an organization to some specific destination. People are motivated to perform when they have a clear understanding of the purpose and the meaning of a task or activity. A leader must provide this purpose and meaning by developing his or her vision and then communicating it to his or her team. I happen to believe that developing a vision is a team exercise, and this is what we're going to do today. What is a vision? It's a mental picture of what an organization aspires to become. Anybody knows what the vision for Toastmasters International is? Where it is? What it is. What is the vision for Toastmasters International?
Or is that ours?
Speaking and leaders, they're developing speakers that are speakers and leaders.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 90 years ago, Dr. Ralph Smedley's vision was to empower individuals through public speaking. It was also important to him to keep it non-profit. I don't think that he ever imagined that today's vision would be so big. The 21st century vision of Toastmaster International is Toastmaster International empowers people to achieve their full potential and realize their dream through member clubs. Oh, I'll start again. Toastmasters International empowers people to achieve their full potential and realize their dreams. Through member clubs, people throughout the world can improve their communication and leadership skills and find courage to change. I've tried to memorize that, and I couldn't. We'll talk about that later. But in a nutshell, though, what I just read to you fits the description we have here on the screen. Wouldn't you agree? But does it fit Park City Toastmasters? Is my question to you. And what do we need to make it our own? How can we tweak Toastmasters International vision to make it our own vision? What do we need to do to ignite the passion in ourselves, and which then will ignite the passion in others? What is our vision for Park City Toastmasters? What do we want to do, and how are we perceived by others? What's the best we can be? Answering these questions is going to help, and we're going to work on that today. But first, let's have a look at what the purpose of a vision is. It serves as a compass, which means that without a clear vision, we can be a little bit aimless. It provides context. Think of Steve Jobs' vision when he first launched Apple computers. His vision was a computer for the rest of us. I can't think of anything that ignited so much passion and interest throughout the world. It empowers everyone because it leaves it to the people of the organization to offer the whats and the hows that fit the why. The vision itself is the why. And it improves the company or the club's dynamic by igniting passion. What are the characteristics of a vision? It should be clear, challenging, general, inspiring, and easily communicated. How well does Toastmasters International fit all of these characteristics? I think it's clear, and I think it's general. But maybe here at Park City, we need to make it a little more challenging, a little more inspiring, and perhaps a bit shorter so that we can all memorize it and communicate it to others. So how do we craft a vision? This is teamwork. And this is the part where I invite all of you to participate in the crafting of a vision for Park City Toastmasters. We are going to incorporate the colors of every and each one of us in this room in the crafting of a vision. In answering these questions, how are we perceived by others? Anyone?
Early risers.
Early risers, all right.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Groupie. Groupie.
Groupie. All right. Early risers,
We need to be more
crazy
inspiring.
groupies.
I would say internally to like District 15, we're perceived by others as being
Arrogant.
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 Arrogant wasn't the word I was thinking. I was thinking, I mean, we're one of the more distinguished clubs within the district.
Distinguished. All right.
Good speakers.
Good speakers. Lots of talent in Park City. Anybody else? John.
I guess for the people that either know us, for example, my wife thinks the club is great. You know, it's really, she has a great time when she comes here. But I would guess that a very, very small portion of our county actually knows anything about us, and only if they've happened to come as a guest or know us. So I don't think we probably do have an image outside that small group of people kind of circulating around.
Right. Good point. So maybe we need to be a little more vocal.
Well, we have had a very active publicity campaign. We've been on the radio, we've been on Park City TV, we've been in the Park Record. A lot of people hear about us if they do listen to KPCW or the Park City TV. So we are out there quite a bit, in actuality.
And have you had feedback from all of these organizations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ralph today, I believe, is here. Didn't you listen to one of the programs and hear about Toastmasters on the radio?
I think I was told by a friend.
By a friend. So, but there is a lot that are inspired, and I've heard a lot of feedback. I've heard people say, "Oh, I saw you on TV. Oh, I heard this. I saw you. I heard you."
Okay.
So,
All right. The time, by the way, is 10:15.
Okay.
Sorry.
you're fine.
10 to 15 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Minutes. Any other opinions on how we're perceived out there? Yes?
Strivers.
Strivers. We're achievers, right? We're high achievers. Maybe like that.
Eaters and drinkers.
What?
And drinkers. David.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I heard from
when we were talking, somebody says, yeah, I hear that Park City up there loves their alcohol and to party.
We're sinners. High achieving sinners. All right.
Oh my gosh.
And to continue on to the
When it was called
same wave of thought, the next question is, what makes Park City Toastmasters special? Holly.
I think it's the quality of people in this town and then the high achievers that are attracted to being in Park City and this club.
Right.
So it's very
Right.
high level.
Right. There's a
I'd
very
say that
special kind of people who come to Park City for specific reasons and also attracts the people at Toastmasters. David.
Well, I'm from Salt Lake. I'm not from Park City, but what made me come up every week from Salt Lake is when I came the first time was the non-judgmental camaraderie and assistance that takes place here.
Important point. So you feel that you're being well supported when you come here?
Well, yeah, just the help, the nagging to move forward, the always asking me when I'm going to speak next, things like that.
Excellent, excellent. So
that's Mark. He's good at it.
a motivating kind of support that you feel
Very
here.
much so.
Sue-Ann.
What I tell people, because I talk about it a lot around the community, is it's a step beyond a networking club. So there's so many networking opportunities in town to meet people, but not only are we trying to achieve better speaking skills and leadership skills, but I tell them it goes beyond that because of the type of stories that we share. You get to know the people at a completely different level than you would at a regular networking meeting, and that like David said, the camaraderie, the support, the friendships you can't get that with any other type of club.
Right. So would you say that maybe we are actually forming or weaving a special community
Like a
within
cult,
Park
like
City?
Julio said, a cult.
I did.
Where's the Kool-Aid?
John Henry.
Of course, the Kool-Aid.
There you go.
I have another hand over there.
Marty.
I was just
Marty?
going to say, I had been to another Toastmasters group in another city, and I found that this group seems to be very welcoming to David's comment about people wherever they are. And although it can be extremely intimidating to new people because everybody that speaks is really good, on the other hand, everyone's very open-handed about saying, let me help you get better. Let me help you do what you want with this organization, which I think is a really important message of this group.
Right, right. So what I heard you say there, too, is that we're perceived as being intimidating. So are we going to hide from that, or are we going to embrace that?
That's an eye of the beholder, though. I think that's in the confidence of the
true.
person entering the
But
circle.
I think you have a good point, though. I think
Whenever
that-
you're sharp, whenever you are a sharp group, or whenever you're doing things well, those who haven't quite reached that level are going to be intimidated naturally.
Right.
The thing with this group is they, at an instant, will put that to rest.
Excellent. All
I'm
right.
gonna cry.
And finally, the third question. What is the most important thing we want to achieve as a group or a small community or a cult? What is the most important thing we want to achieve?
Remember Mrs. Compton.
Holly.
To empower people to make strides in their life and to achieve their higher goals.
Right. So it goes beyond public speaking, right? Julio.
Leadership. I always tell people that to be a leader, you must be a compelling speaker. If you go around in the city and talk to people that have big titles and they speak for 5 minutes and they use 68 ahs and ums and you knows, then I'm sorry, I'm out. I cannot follow you.
So in order to be a good leader, we must also be a good communicator. They are inseparable. Fred.
One of the things I came here for was to speak again after being a teacher for 30 years. So the audience here was important. And to have an audience to tell your story, to become a leader, that someone's listening to you, and that's a really empowering thing, that people are saying, I'm coming here, I'm listening to someone else, and you always get an idea or a chuckle or something from the day. So being an audience is really an important thing about Toastmasters.
So you learn from listening as
Learn from
well as
listening.
practicing your public speaking skills. John?
I would say maintenance of culture. We've got a good supportive culture here at Mel.
Right.
And to maintain that culture, it doesn't just happen. We need to consciously work on that.
Right.
And then also to maintain sort of a critical mass of membership. You know, if there were 10 people that showed up consistently, I think the club might just dry up and walk away. So we really need to both maintain the culture as well as a critical mass of membership, which means new people coming in because for whatever reason, these folks rotate out.
Right. Hey.
For me, it's growth. It's just we here for the wanna become a better leader or better communicator. It's your personal growth that I think is the most important thing for me to achieve.
Right. Would you say that you would apply that for the club as well, not just for yourself?
Absolutely.
Right. Thank you. Mark?
I think for me, and the most important thing is helping other people in the club find their voice. It's really about finding what you want to say. And the experience of Toastmasters gives you a platform to do that, to get out and try some things and get supported along the way, like John said. But it's really, I think, our greatest service to each other is to help find your voice, what you really want to say.
I love it.
Because through that, that's how you create your life around you, right? What you speak, right?
I love it. Thank you. I'm confused with the reverse. I think I have a real red light now, so I must go on. So we had Toastmasters International, I'm going to speed right up right now, that had clear and general qualities to its vision statement. I think what we've heard through all of your comments was something more challenging, inspiring, and easily communicated through your comments. So if we were quickly to put all of our colors together to make one easily remembered, empowering, passionate vision statement, what would it sound like? Quick, we're running out of time.
to help each other and the members of our community see that you can become a better leader and a better communicator through participating in Toastmasters.
Okay. Yeah. And anybody else? I like that. Thank you.
I like the finding your voice phrase very much. That's a very meaty phrase and short enough to fit into something that people
Easy to remember. So what if we were to go out in the community today and provide inspiration for others to join our club? Helping people find their voice. How does that sound? I think it sounds pretty good. Easy to remember. Short and sweet. And I leave you with this quote. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people, collect wood, and don't assign them to tasks and work, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. Let's help people find their voice. Thank you.